Hi everyone, it's Denise Dawkins, your favorite CPR, BLS, AED, and first aid instructor. As you can see today, I am on the outside. I am running away from my 14-year-old teenager that's playing video games that I don't know why he had to be so loud. You may hear him through the doors here. Anyway, you may hear planes, trains, birds, winds, cats, dogs, and our good neighbors. Great afternoon, great evening, or even great night. For some of you, a great morning, depending on what side of the globe you are coming in from. Very quick video right now. I am discussing the gray areas of first aid, I will call it, just before you go into CPR. So we're talking about the gray areas of first aid, or even the gray areas of CPR when we teach the BLS and the CPR training. The helmet maneuver is a part of the training. But before we go into the CPR portion of it, then we call that part the first aid part of it, because we try to relieve the victim of the object, the foreign body that they're choking on. It could be food, it could be as far as any kind of object that they might have swallowed and it is now obstructing the airway. Anyway, when we're talking about adults and teenagers here, I hope this doesn't apply to children, because any child with an abdomen that we are unable to put our arms around their waist, that's major obesity, that's a major problem. But just in case that you do find a child, and in this case a child is the age from 1 to where puberty or the signs of puberty begin. So with girls, that would be any breast button, and for boys that would be hair on the chest or under the armpit. So my focus here is relieving an individual of an obstructed airway when that individual abdomen is too obese, or you cannot find the belly button, your arm cannot go around their waist, then what we teach is you go in the center of that individual chest, making a fist, making sure the thumb side is on or in the middle of the chest, using the opposite hand, making a clinch, and then you would pull back. I am in a chair, so of course you would be standing up on the level of that individual. In the event, and this is where I call the gray areas of first aid, or the gray area of CPR, I teach my students or my clients because there are some individuals who are fairly short. If you cannot go around the waist of an individual, such as a pregnant or expectant mom, again, an abdomen that's too wide or too big, or if you cannot find the belly button of that individual, you go in the center of the chest. This individual that you're trying to rescue may be too tall for you. So even though you are able to rescue, they may be at the height where, let's say you're a 4'9" individual, or even a 5'1", and this individual may be a 6-feeter, or a 6'2", or 6'4". The point is, this individual that you're trying to rescue is significantly taller than you are. It's uncomfortable, or it won't be effective to try to reach up and put your arms under the armpit and then to pull back. That won't be effective. So what students always say to me, and I love asking them this question, I said, what would you do in this situation? This is the gray area. They say, oh, I will stand on a chair and I will come in the center of the chest and I will pull back. I say, no, wrong answer. You do not stand on a chair to rescue someone who is choking, to relieve them from that obstructed airway. Because if this individual passes out while you're on the chair, then if they go timber, guess what? You're going timber right along with them. They not only will receive or may obtain a concussion, you will receive or obtain a concussion as well to the head. Then you'll be injured. Remember, safety is the first thing that you're checking before you even begin whatever your rescue attempts are. So what I always suggest is that you have that individual, as long as they're awake, alert, and oriented. And remember, when you're dealing with adults, you always ask them, can you help them? If they say no, we know that you should call 911. Reiterate so you know you're clear and they're clear, you understand, and they understand what you're asking. Call 911 and stay with that individual. If they pass out, then you can perform CPR. But this video is basically about them being too tall for you to go under the armpit. Have them have a seat. They're awake, alert, and oriented. They desire that you help them. In this case, have them sit down. Do not stand on a chair. Let them sit on the ground. Then you can go behind them, as I am. Pretend as though they're on the floor sitting and I'm behind them on my knees. You go behind them. You go under the armpit the same way. Make a fist. In the center of the chest, you will place the thumb side to the center of the chest. With the opposite arm or with the opposite hand, you clench and you pull back, pull back, pull back, and you continue to do that until the object comes out. Or if they go unconscious, which they will pass out, if that airway is not in relief, then you lower them to the ground. But the advantage of this is, the safety of this is, you're not standing on a chair behind them, so you're not going timber. They're already sitting on the floor. So when they go over, you just lower them on the firm, flat surface, and then you begin CPR. My name is Denise Dawkins. I am your favorite CPR, BLS, and AED instructor. Have a great evening, morning, afternoon, or night, depending on what side of the globe you're checking in from.